What's up, YouTube? Tony coming back at you with another episode of the Mississippi Pickers. So welcome back to the vlog. Things have been really slow for the last, I would say for the last 2 years. Regarding me, this channel, eBay, just in general, not really doing much with it. There's a good reason for that. We were in such a financial pickle that, and I can't say any other way to say it, it was just a financial pickle that there was nothing we could do. We basically just had to stop eBay for a while. eBay is a machine that needs to be constantly fed. And if you're not constantly feeding it, you're not going to be making, any kind of decent income off of it. You'll make something, but it just won't be like, it's not even a, I don't even think you could say it would be a part-time job at this point. Make a couple $100, every month, depending on what kind of, how much inventory you have front-loaded. So if you've got 2,000 items already up and you stop list, I don't know, you might still make a decent income. But if you're like me, you've only got 500 items listed and you stop, then a couple $100 every month is about as much as you can expect to get. And that's pretty much where we've been. The good news is those problems are coming to an end starting next month. And I've been saying May for a long time now. Finally, May is almost here. Anyway, everybody has financial trouble at time to time. Well, I won't say everybody. Most people have financial trouble from time to time. We're no exception, and we've had our share of it, as you well know. So, next month, we're finally coming out of that tunnel, and our lives are almost back to where they were pre-2016. As you know, and if you've watched this channel for a long time, you know in 2016, me and my wife, we quit our full-time jobs. We went full-time on eBay. We had no idea what we were doing, and we went belly up. It wasn't a good time. But things is a-changing. So, what's happening? Well, number one is, we're getting ready to retire. It doesn't really sound like too much fun, does it? Well, it kind of does. Depends on what your age is. If you're close to my age, I'm 61 right now. I'll be 62 this year. It does sound like a good time, because then you get to quit doing what you have to do, and you get to start doing what you want to do. What you want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to do what I want to do. Anyway, we've got several goals that we're trying to meet before we just call it a day at the old workplace. So, we're still going to be working for a few years. I'm going to be working for at least 2 more years, and my wife's going to be working for at least 3 more years. So, it's not exactly something that's happening right this second, but kind of keep you updated as we go along. We've got several things that we're having to do. It's expensive. Retiring is expensive. It costs a lot of money to prep to retire. Now, I see a lot of these channels, and I've gone through a whole bunch of them on YouTube, trying to figure out, how much money it's actually going to take us to retire. It seems to be 2 things that is really causing people to not have a really good retirement. Number one is medical. Medical cost seems to be like, that is the number one thing. And if you can get your medical cost under control, then that's really a biggie right there. I mean, that's probably the biggest cost you're going to have in retirement is medical cost. Just keeping the old body fine-tuned and running like a Swiss something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, medical costs. The other thing is housing. Housing. And it was really surprising to me. I figured most people, you know, going into retirement wouldn't be bothered by housing. A lot of people are choosing to rent. I'll be honest with you, I was on the fence whether or not I really wanted to rent, because it seemed like a good idea to me at the time, because you don't have to worry about no maintenance on the place. You don't have to worry about taxes. There's a whole list of things you don't have to worry about as a homeowner that you do have to worry about. However, I take into consideration that as a homeowner, I'm not having to pay, you know, $1,000 a month into something that I don't own anyway. I mean, you look at it, if you're just, if you could get rent, and around here it's mostly $1,200, but if you could get rent for $1,200, or excuse me, $1,000 a month, you would still be paying $12,000 a year. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my yearly upkeep on my house does not come to $12,000 a year. So, no, not doing that. So threw that out. Now, our house, I'll be perfectly honest with you, we redid our loan. There's a name for that. It's not coming to my head right now. We refinanced our loan. Thank you. We refinanced our loan, and that was in 2005. We refinanced for a 30-year mortgage in 2005. That was stupid. I know. Our house would have already been paid for long ago. We thought it was the right thing to do. We were getting some debts paid off. We could have done it another way. But we didn't. We did that. So now our loan goes through to the year 2035. That's not good. So we're going to pay that loan off. That is one of our #1 tasks to do next year. We've got 3 things that we're trying to do. 3 things that we're trying to do next year. Number 1, we've got a giganimous tree in our front yard that is threatening the village here. It's threatening the house. I got to make sure that tree's taken down. It's a huge pine tree. It's just I'll put a picture of it up. It's gigantic. I mean, the picture doesn't do it justice, because the thing is like over 100 feet tall, and it's dangerous. That tree's dangerous. I gotta get rid of it. How much is it gonna cost? I don't know. We've got a $5,000 budget to have that tree something done to it. I don't know if $5,000 is going to do it, but $5,000 is our budget, so that's what we got to work with. Hopefully for $5,000 they can at least make it where it won't damage our house and it won't fall on us. Maybe. I don't know. That's what we're going to do. First thing, got to make that tree safe. At least get the limbs that are over the house off. Put the weight towards away from the house. So if it falls, I don't know. I don't want it falling on my house. And we have a lot of high winds in Mississippi, mostly due to tornadic activity. We have a lot of tornadoes that come through. If you're not from Mississippi, you don't know. But in Mississippi, if you're from here, you're from around the South, you know. we get a lot of tornadoes. I mean a lot of tornadoes. And we deal with them every year. And it's by the grace of God that we haven't been hit. I don't know. You know, I feel sorry for anybody who has to go through that. And I hope and pray that we never have to go through it. But you just never know. Tornadoes are legend in Mississippi. They hit every year. They hit relentlessly, and you got to be prepared for them. Anyway, this tree, it's just beckoning for limbs to come crashing off of it onto our roof from tornado winds, or just high winds that we get, you know, from a bad storm. So that thing's got to come down. That's job one. Job two, we've got to get the house. The house. We've got to get that house paid for. This house has got to be paid for, so we're going to be putting all of our extra money into the house. And that's going to take us 1 year and 8 months. 1 year and 8 months, we'll have the house paid for. That sounds great. Things always seem to happen, and you get thrown off track, so that 1 year and 8 months could turn into 2 years. I don't know. It could turn into 2.5 years. Let's not derail the thing just yet. 1 year and 8 months, that's our target. And so we're putting, you know, $1,400 extra into our house note to pay that thing off. We owe like $30,000 now. That's what we got left owing on the house. We're going to put an extra $1,400 with it every month, and that should pay it off in 1 year and 8 months. So I wish I could put more in it, but I'm being, you know, pretty cautious with my budget. I want to make sure that we've got enough money to do it. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna be rough, you know, trying to put all of our extra money into that and not have any, you know, real money to play with. But it's no time to play now. We're getting ready to retire. We got to get this stuff done. The third thing that we've got to do is put a new roof on this house. So we're budgeting $10,000 for that. Don't know how much it's going to cost. I haven't had any estimates on any of this stuff. This is just rough estimates, you know, that I've kind of come up with on my own. But this is not a big house. We don't have a huge house. It is a brick house, but it is not a huge house. It is just a 3-bedroom house, and it's not very big. So hopefully roof won't be that more much, but we do have to have fascia boards replaced, and I'm kind of taking that into consideration. Tree taken down, house loan paid off, and we've got to have, man, I don't know. We got to get all these things done. Right now, it seems like an impossible task to get all these things done. It feels like, you know, it's the impossible dream to get all these things done within like a span of, say, 2.5 years, to get all of this stuff done. But we're going to try our best. And as we go through each process, and we're starting all this at the beginning of next year. This is when everything kind of kicks off. January of 24, we will start saving money for the tree removal, takedown, made safe, whatever they're going to do with that. And that's going to take around 3 or 4 months. And then we'll start working on the house, paying the house off. I was going to put the roof on first, but the roof is doing fine. It's got another few years left on it, I think. And if not, we can always patch it until we can get this house paid off. I think number one, we need to get the house paid off. Then we put our money into getting a new roof. That's got to be the last thing that we do is put the roof on, because the mortgage, having that mortgage paid off is going to be, you know, huge for our retirement. Not having to pay, you know, all that money in every month, that's going to be huge. So having no worries that you got a place to stay, that, you know, that your home is secure, and the fact that, you know, you've got it paid for. Hopefully a tornado doesn't I'm not even gonna think that. Anyway, I hope you guys will stick around for our final journey and to see what happens, because it has been an up and down road with us. But we're just now fixing to start doing eBay again. We're getting back into it. So stay with us and see what happens. It's going to be fun. We'll see you guys later.